Welcome to the Entrepreneurial CPA Show, where we take a deep dive in the knowledge needed to break free of that box and become the world-changing entrepreneur we know all of you out there want to become. We hear the skills you need to break out of that box and throw away that green visor and the pocket protector. This is a new world for us accountants out there. I'm Garrett, here to help you punch out. I'm here with Dr. Sean, the man who is always punching above his weight class. Before we get into today's topic, I want to give everybody a reminder to an amazing conference taking place this summer. July 11th and 12th, 2018 in New York City is the Accounting and Finance Show, where they're going to highlight the technology, ideas, and skills needed to break free of that box. There'll be a little banner down below in this video, and there'll be a link below in the comments if you want to check it out and register. You don't want to miss it. Dr. Sean and myself will be there presenting at some sessions and filming some special live episodes of the Entrepreneurial CPA Show. Now for today's topic, we're going to put our future-looking glasses on, talk about what the future of tax preparation looks like. So Dr. Sean, let us know what the future holds.
So thanks for that, Garrett. And really, so I would really say that the whole sort of future-looking or the future-oriented, firm or individual is going to have to come face-to-face with a couple of, I think, facts, right? One is that the base level, work and tax, right? Whether it's in audit, tax, advisory, or working in industry, are going to become automated, right? So one, right? That whole automation trend is not going anywhere, right? It's already here and is only going to become more important and powerful going forward. And then two, with all of the extra sort of rules and regulations and I think layers, right, into, individual tax and corporate tax and international tax, right, going forward, right? Because all of that is obviously a hot topic right now. It's all very, I think, fluid. Right? So being able to be up to date on those issues is going to be something that we're going to be really asked of going forward. And so if I'm trying to drill down to those applications, right, based on those, I think, two main forces, right, the whole tax practice and tax field is going to change in a very, very big way, right? Because currently the whole sort of tax, I think, practice side and tax advice side is, I think, focused on, I think, two steps. One is to go through and to read and to analyze all of that paperwork out there. And there is a ton of paperwork, right? There's, there's the upfront paperwork, there's the filings, extensions, everything else out there, right? There's a huge amount of paperwork out there, right? And then two, after going through all of that huge stack of documentation, it's up to us to analyze and to interpret what that means for our end user, right? Whether it's an internal client inside the firm or an external client. It's up to us to make sure that we understand and are able to explain these rules and regulations and actually interpret those for our clients. And really, as AI and automation and more tools become more and more mainstream, all of that base level work, right? Sort of the actual reading of the tax law and the pulling out of those, high level points of interest, right, to our clients. All of that is going to become more and more automated. So it is going to shift. It isn't going to go away, obviously, all at once, but it is going to shift, right? More from a reading and a summary point of view to really sort of taking that information that is already being produced by the IT tools we have and explaining those insights and facts to our clients. So I do think that's sort of the more overall sort of shift that is ongoing right now in that area.
Yeah, and the shift is definitely taking place. There's no denying that anymore. So as us at the firm level, we got to think about, hey, what is our practice going to be like? What are we going to do? How do we deal with this transition so we can remain profitable? We can remain relevant because right now we have this tremendous workload compression during tax season. It drags us down. It just ended. We're happy it's over. We typically realize we need to enter so much data. We get an army of staff accountants or interns that do that. And then it just takes us time to go through that system. And that's what we've been doing forever, is just entering data. And then when the reviewer gets to it, they wonder why it's not a high enough quality product. Well, because we're teaching them how to enter data. So when we look at what the future of tax looks like, there's no more data entry. And the preparer, that first level intern or staff accountant step, isn't data entry. That they're really doing a review and an analysis of what happened. So if you want to start making this change at your firm, tax season just ended, you should take a look at your processes, what works, what doesn't. Think about that. If you're not using a scan and auto flow product right now, start immediately. Call your sales rep, get it involved. Get that product. Yeah, Dr. Sean knows how to make the phone call. He can call for you if you want. But you got to do that because you got to start teaching your people now how not to enter data, but how to think about it once it's in there and review the process. The question is no longer, well, what is the cost per scanned auto flow return, the cost per hour for an intern? That's not the analysis that should be had. That's the analysis you're having. You've missed the boat. The analysis is what's the lost cost of continuing to train your people to input data versus make decisions. And that really hinges on, can your firm exist going forward or is it not? So make this the year you embrace that, because the future of the tax world is bots. It's automation. It's data seamlessly going from one source into the tax software. And that's going to happen. And it's not going to be the IRS doing it. It's going to be the private sector that takes that over. So get on board. Make that shift. So Dr. Sean, from the theoretical side, are you starting to teach the students coming out how to get ready for this, how to get ready for this changing world where they're not going to get to a firm and get to the workplace and manually do tax returns as much anymore?
Well, I mean, yeah, and I do think sort of automating all of that process, right, all that manual work that really none of us liked actually doing anyway, right, whether we're in industry or out there at a firm, and none of us like doing that manual work. I think, emphasizing that fact, right, and the opportunities that are going to grow out of that automation. I mean, I know I personally always try to emphasize that, right, that there is a whole bunch of buzz and anxiety right now, right, in the field about automation, AI, and the sort of forces that are out there that are going to impact your jobs and I think the value that us as CPAs are able to actually give going forward. But there is, I think anyway, a huge opportunity out there, right, for individuals who are proactive, who are forward-looking, and who are entrepreneurial, but to really harness all of these great advances out there to automate some of those base level tasks and work that nobody really values anyway, really, at the end of the whole conversation. And to instead focus on more forward-looking guidance and advisory services, which are more, I think, valuable to our end users and I think a higher margin for us going forward.
Yeah, it's a big change. It's coming fast. We gotta get ready for it. And you said exactly right, Dr. Sean. It's all about, hey, how do we change our focus here, make our firm more profitable, and streamline this tax process to open up new opportunities? We talk all the time. How do we be advisors to our client? Well, we don't have time to be advisors to our client if we're still spending 80 hours a week inputting data to do a tax return.
Yeah.
Got to make the shift. There's also another opportunity out there, all those firms that are saying, hey, I want to be more of an advisor and do less of the tax work. The tax work still has to get done. So there is a little bit of opportunity there to say, hey, can our firm just specialize completely in tax preparation? And that's all we do when we do it for CPA firms around the country. That's a business model that you can get some traction with if you want to take that non-traditional approach where you like the tax world. Something to think about. Something to think about for the path to go forward, your path to be entrepreneurial. So with that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today to hear about what the future of tax looks like. I hope you're ready for it and making steps forward. If you're not sure where to start, reach out to Dr. Sean or myself. Ask us some questions. We want to help you make this journey, make this path forward. We want to make it easier on you. For those of you that really want to keep the learning going, I'm talking to you out there listening today. Check out our entrepreneurial groups. We work with you on a monthly basis to help you make this step forward and be successful. More details are on our website. There's a link below. If you're watching on YouTube, click here to subscribe to our channel. If you're not watching on YouTube, go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel anyways. We want to challenge you today. Take action. Change the world. Do something. Take action. And as always, you got to keep investing in yourself.